Welcome back to AZ Sports Roundup. Today we are going to be ranking every Big 12 quarterback from worst to best. Let's get into the intro. So coming in at number 16, whoever's playing quarterback for UCF, it's currently a quarterback battle between Jacurri Brown, Cam Fancher, and Taven Jackson. Neither of these quarterbacks are going to be good. The only one that I knew before looking this up was Jacurri Brown. He played at UCF last year and he wasn't very good. The other two I don't know anything about, but maybe they'll start. I have no clue who's starting, but I don't think any of these players will be very good. Kind of the same thing for Oklahoma State. The QB competition is between Zane Flores and Haas Hygiene. I don't know how to pronounce that. I do think Flores will start. I don't think he'll be very good. Neither is whatever the other guy's name is. I don't want to pronounce that again. Coming in at number 14 is McKay Hillstad or Trayson Bourget out of BYU. This is assuming Jake Retzloff doesn't play. I don't know what he's doing right now with all his legal stuff, but Trayson Bourget, he is the brother of Trenton Bourget, which is exactly why I don't think he'll start. Just kidding. But I do think McKay Hillstad will start just because he did have a good year at Utah State 2 years ago. He came to Utah, sat out. He might get a chance to play. I think he will be the starter. He's not horrible. He's proven himself, unlike some of the other quarterbacks, but I don't think he'll be very good. And this Big 12 quarterback room is loaded, and he's just not good enough to be among the best Big 12 quarterbacks. So coming in at number 13, we have an interesting one. This is Jalen Henderson out of West Virginia. Currently, it is a three-man quarterback battle between two other players that I forgot their names, but I do think Henderson will win the job. So he played 3 years at Texas A&M. He didn't play that much, but he did show flashes of potential in the games he did play. He played a little bit at the end of the 2023 season whenever Wigman got hurt, and he showed flashes. He reminds me a lot of Marcel Reed, and he's a dual threat quarterback, and his arm might need a little bit of work, but he can make the good throws. He got injured in the bowl game against Oklahoma State. He sat out. He was injured for all of last year, transferred to West Virginia. I think that he could surprise people. I'm not saying that he's going to be like a top tier quarterback or that West Virginia is going to be very good, but I think West Virginia is a pretty interesting trap game. Arizona State, they played West Virginia, I think the third to last game of the year. That scares me, honestly, because I think Henderson is a player to watch out for. In West Virginia, as a total, they don't have a horrible roster. They could scare me as a trap game. I don't think they're going to be Big 12 contenders just yet. So coming in at number 12, all the players past this, I would say, are average to above average. We have Brendan Sorsby out of Cincinnati. He had a pretty good year last year. He was underrated. He did beat Arizona State. I do think if we had Sam Leavitt, we would have won that game, but that's a topic for a different day. I think Sorsby, he's underrated. I don't think he's better than, like, the Sawyer Robertsons or the Sam Leavitts of the world, but he's decent, except this Big 12 quarterback room is loaded, which is why he only gets 12th. Coming in at number 11, we have Connor Wegman out of Houston. So he had a disappointing few years at Texas A&M. He ended up getting benched by Marcel Reed. I never saw anything special out of Wegman. I know he was a 5-star recruit, and many Texas A&M fans were excited about him, but just looking at him play, I saw him play, and he is nothing special. As a Texas A&M fan, he's nothing special. He has a little bit of potential, maybe, but he's not going to be the guy that people thought he was going into his tenure at Texas A&M. I don't think he's going to be that good. So coming in at number 10, we have Noah Fifita out of Arizona. He had a great freshman year in 2023, redshirt freshman year. He had a bad year last year. The whole team was really dysfunctional. They have one of the worst coaches in college football in Brett Brennan. That didn't help them, and he just had an off year. They're losing Teteroa McMillan, so all signs say that he's going to be worse this year. He does have potential because he did have a good year in his freshman year. I thought for sure he was going to transfer. I think if he went elsewhere, he could have a successful career with a better coach and better players around him, but he stayed at Arizona. until he transfers, I think he'll stay not very good, but he has potential for sure. Coming in at number 9, we have Jalen Daniels out of Kansas. So he had an underrated year last year. Kansas as a team wasn't very good, but they surprised people. He's a dual threat quarterback. He can beat you with his legs. And I think he reached his peak already in that 2022 season whenever Kansas had a breakout year after being horrible for a long time. I think that was his peak. He's not going to get much better, but he is still good. I'd say he's slightly above average right now, putting him at number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have Devin Dampier from Utah. He had a good season at New Mexico, transferred to Utah. He's a dual threat quarterback, so that's always a good thing if you can have a quarterback that can run. He needs to work on his turnovers a lot. A 12-12 touchdown to interception ratio that he had last year, that is horrible. He didn't throw that many touchdowns, and he threw a lot of picks. So if he can work on that, I think he can be good because he did throw for almost 3,000 yards last year, and he did have a lot of potential. I think he could be a pretty good quarterback for Utah. Coming in at number 7, we have Avery Johnson out of Kansas State. So he didn't live up to the very high expectations that he had last year. People were thinking he was a sleeper Heisman candidate and that he'll be the best quarterback in the Big 12 by a long shot. I didn't think that. I thought Avery Johnson would just have an average year, which is probably exactly what he did. I do think there is a lot of potential. You saw that in the bowl game and then in flashes of the season, which is why he's at number 7. Coming in at number 6, we have Baron Morton out of Texas Tech. He's a pretty good quarterback, a veteran, reliable quarterback. He's a gunslinger, not a dual threat, but he has a very good arm. He surprised me last year, and I think him and Texas Tech as a whole will be much better this year, even though they did have a good year last year. Coming in at number 5, I have Rocco Becht. He was a good quarterback last year for Iowa State. He was consistent. He didn't have a game that like a head scratcher that I think was horrible. He's a safe quarterback or a high floor. I don't think he's going to have a three interception game. I think his worst game by far was the Big 12 championship. That game he didn't even do horrible. It's just the team as a whole didn't do much. He's a safe quarterback. I don't think he's gonna have a game where he goes 3-4 interceptions or turnovers. I think he's not going to be amazing, but he's just a solid quarterback and definitely more reliable than some of the other names. At number 4, we have Kaidon Salter out of Colorado. So he had a good year at Liberty 2 years ago. Not the greatest year last year, but he did transfer to Colorado. He is going to be under Coach Prime, so take that as you will. I think he's a good quarterback. If he can replicate the success that he had at Liberty 2 years ago, I think that Colorado will be good at the quarterback position. I don't think Colorado as a team will be very good just because they lost key players, and I don't think that they have many good players other than Salter. But if Colorado makes a bowl game, that's probably because of Kaidon Salter. Coming in at number 3, we have Josh Hoover from TCU. He had an amazing year last year, threw for over 4,000 yards, but he is a great quarterback, an underrated one. TCU wasn't really in the mix for the Big 12 title race, except Hoover had a fantastic year, and I think he will continue on his success this year. So at number 2, I have Sawyer Robertson from Baylor. So he came out of nowhere last year. Baylor's starting quarterback was supposed to be DeQuan Finn, and he did not do good. He got injured, and Sawyer Robertson came in, and he lighted up the offense. Their passing game with him and Josh Cameron were clicking, and he was one of the best passers in all of college football. He's also an underrated runner. He led the Big 12 in QBR, and he missed 2 games because he didn't start. I think he'll have an even better year with Baylor. I think Baylor and Texas Tech are my 2 teams that I think might make the Big 12 championship alongside with ASU. Baylor scares me as a team, and I think Sawyer Robertson is the most underrated quarterback that I think in the league, honestly. No one's talking about him other than me right now, and maybe the other Baylor fans, but Sawyer Robertson is a great quarterback, and I think he'll surprise some people. But coming in at number 1, you probably could have predicted it. It is Sam Leavitt for ASU. I might be biased just because I'm an Arizona State fan, but I do genuinely think that Sam Leavitt is better than all of the other 15 quarterbacks that I mentioned. So some of the great things about him, he doesn't turn the ball over. He's accurate and has a strong arm. The deep ball wasn't completely there. There were times where it was, but I think when they're going to go from more of a Scattaboo-headed offense to a passing offense, I think Malik McClain and Jordan Tyson will have plenty of deep balls thrown their way. Sam Leavitt's only going to get better. He has good playmaking ability. He can turn nothing into something. We saw that especially against Kansas State. He has no major weaknesses that I can say. He's not a superstar yet. I think he could be, but there's no major weaknesses. Like, I wouldn't say his accuracy is a weak point. I don't think that he's too aggressive or doesn't take risks. If you were to go to like ESPN or any other site, the main weakness they say is that he hasn't played a lot of games yet, and that is probably the easiest thing out of his game to fix, because he's going to have another season under his belt, assuming he doesn't get injured. I really hope that doesn't happen. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this, I'll probably make more videos like this for the SEC, Big Ten, and ACC, maybe the group of 5. But thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.